All right, welcome back everybody to 9-9, where we are having a brainstorm.
Yeah, because we got our asses thoroughly kicked by Renya, of all people.
Again.
Well, okay, now, the first time we didn't get our asses kicked.
That was for the first time, yes.
The first time, we stripped him of power. Well, Sora stripped him of power before he had a chance to do anything. It was Ghost. They kicked our asses last time. This time, we were decimated. Yuki says despondently as our drinks arrive. In all honesty, we probably should have gone straight home to rest. But none of us could put what happened to the back of our minds so easily. We couldn't bring ourselves to just go home like that, so we decided to go somewhere to talk. And we can finally go back to Nine Ball, since we're not pretending to be traitors anymore.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Even though we all know that discussing the situation won't help.
まずは、あの男、司令官の能力。
He's got all the same powers that Ghost does. Weird.
瞬間移動、槍を飛ばす遠距離攻撃。介護官って言ってたけど、魔眼の弱いバージョンも持ってたりするのかな。
That actually makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he's just a retainer, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, they're like borrowing power, so I'm sure they like weaken as they get past.
Probably. But that also would explain why Ghost's powers are so strong.
Yeah. Yeah. If she's like the original holder, yeah.
Well, I don't think she is the original holder.
No.
I think Yoichi's the original holder, but because she's an extension of him, she basically has power equal to him.
Yeah. Is the power. Yeah.
そうね。逆に言えば、司令官が所持している力は、他の二人も使用できる。っていうか、あたしらは槍を飛ばされただけだけど、ニーにだけ思いっきり殴られてなかった？
Oh, hey, that's the first broski we've had in a while.
Yeah. By the way, I like to imagine that line happens and the camera's been focused on the three of them the whole time. It cuts back to him and he's like in a full body cast like Squidward in that one episode.
Firmly grasp it.
Oh. Yeah. Hard to.
He looks like Swiss cheese, but only his soul. I rub my stomach. His punch left a bruise. I checked earlier.
He's strong. One hit was enough to knock the wind out of me. Oh, pretty pathetic, huh?
私も同じ。一瞬で距離を詰められたことに動揺して、反応が遅れてしまった。
Maybe if you didn't have to monologue to activate your powers?
私も覚悟していたつもりなのに全然足りなかった。ごめんなさい。
No, it's nothing you need to apologize for.
日頃から腹筋鍛えておきなさいよ、腹筋を。
I will deflect all of his spears with my rock-hard abs.
He hit me in the solar plexus. That's a vital spot. Strong abs would make a difference. Like, that hurt so much I nearly passed out. Oh, that's right. Did any of you guys get hurt?
あ、大丈夫。ゲーム的に言うと、物理攻撃じゃなくて MP ダメージって感じなのかな。あざとかもできてないっぽいし。
I disagree. I think you took SP, soul point damage.
So I'm the only one he actually hit? Well, I guess that's his way of being chivalrous to girls.
すっごい綺麗に殴られたよね。なんか型みたいな、格ゲーみたいな技だった。
Yeah, but her facial expression when he flipped her was really quite funny. I mean, it looked like he just flipped her like a pancake.
I imagine for us, he's doing like Capcom level moves where he's just like juggling us.
I'm sorry, what?
まさか。
Hmm?
魔人都市。
New headcanon established.
はい、そうです。三日月深夜の。なんすかこの達人同士の会話みたいな。
No, just nerds.
Did you see the last episode? Clearly not.
高峰くん、魔人と死って作品も好きで。ああ、アニメ的な。
Yes.
はい、そうです。急にすみません。魔人流古武術は、その登場人物、三日月信也が用いる武術。いえ、暗殺術よ。
Is it just me, or does it kind of feel like Yuki has taken the pacing place of Haruka for this route? Like, I feel like every time we talk to her, it takes her a really long time to kind of get to the point. Or maybe she was doing that in the previous episode and I just didn't notice.
アニメの武術を会得しているってことですか？はい。でも、ただの見よう見まねじゃなくて、完璧にコピーするために、空手と少林寺拳法と、あと、骨法も習ったって言ってました。うわ、ただのオタクじゃなくて普通に強いんじゃん。
It's like every kid who watched Dragon Ball Z and immediately tried to do the training routines.
Except he actually did it.
Yeah.
For years.
He made it into a thing.
He actually...
三日月信也と全く同じね。
He takes off his school uniform and you just hear a thud. It's like my school uniform weighs 15 pounds. The shirt alone.
作中でナイフを使ったのはたったの2回。わざわざ言及するなんて、あなた詳しいのね。はい。私も好きなので。今度、
And this is how they
ゆっ
become
くりと
friends.
語り合いましょう。
Yep.
はい。
Alright, well, suddenly it feels like Sora and Kakeru are the third wheels in this situation, so... Episode 2 again? No!
No, it repeats in every timeline. Never would have thought you two would bond over this.
っていうか、年上に対してもスタンスを崩さない結城先輩がすげえ。
Oh, yeah.
Huh. I'm impressed you're completely fine after everything we just went through.
いや、全然平気じゃないよ。割とビビってるよ。でも、なんか、圧倒的敗北すぎて実感がない感じ？
Alright, actually, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you remember in high school, actually it would have been before we met, because it was first year.
Mm-hmm.
When I was on the JV football team.
Oh.
Do you remember how bad we were?
No, I do not.
Do you remember that, like, we went 3 years in a row and won one game?
Oh yeah, that I do remember. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was on the one game we won, but I was also there for the 8 games we lost in a row prior to that, as part of that year.
Ooh. Well.
And yeah, I understand this completely.
Yeah.
This feeling of, all right.
Relatable. Ooh. I could have just let her let out the groan. Her too.
これは雰囲気を盛り下げましたね。すみません。
In fairness, it was already down.
いえ。
Yeah.
現実を直視するのは大切なこと。私の G オーダーの弱点が浮き彫りになった。
It's the fact that you have to recite the Declaration of Independence before you can actually use it.
I was about to say, that's exactly what the weakness is. That, and I like that she does always have the there. Of the order.
With special emphasis. I love it.
Trademark.
The only way it could be better is if for some reason the part of it was just in a different color with no other explanation. Like nothing else in the game is a different color except for the order.
It is yellow, nothing else.
And when the text is yellow, it is white.
弱点。アーティファクトの形状が分かっていないと奪えないから。私の力、 何の役にも立たなかった。
I mean, can you even steal the artifact from him if he's borrowing it from Yoichi? I mean, I don't know that he actually has an artifact.
No.
They didn't really establish how retainers obtain their abilities, so...
Yeah, actually.
私も能力発動に
Actually,
いく
that's
つか処理すべきプロセスがある。処理してしまえば無敵と断言できるけれど。
Do you have to? Do you really have to?
We're gonna find out next episode. No, she doesn't.
No, but I think you're probably right. It raises the question of, do they get some sort of auxiliary artifact? Do they, since the artifact can become liquid, do they get it infused into them in a way? Or I don't know.
Yeah, like, do they drink like a drop of it or something?
I don't know. Or is it like a vampire thrall kind of situation where they have to drink my blood? Does Ghost have blood? I don't remember if she bled in the last episode. Well, I mean, obviously she's not the retainer, or she's not the user. She's the illusory body. I had to remember because I was like, what is the term? That's the term.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble. My headcanon is not adapting as quickly as Yuki's.
Nobody's headcanon. That's that fast.
Maybe Renya.
ああやって速攻されると間に合わないと。
Turtle tactics.
そうね。私の力はユーザーには少し効きが弱い気がします。ただ高峰くんならなんとかできそうでした。でもあそこで高峰くんを倒す未来を実現させても他の二人にも同じことができるかわかりませんでした。
Yeah, that'd be the hard part.
もう一人の私は能力を見せない方がいいって判断したみたいでごめんなさい。ただ見ているだけで。
No, I feel like that was a good call. Because Renya unintentionally put all of the enemy cards on the table, which Ghost absolutely would not have unless she needed to.
いいえ、正しい判断だった。結果的に私たちは手の内をさらさずに済んだ。瞬間移動ができるならすぐに逃げられたはず。それをしなかったのは。私たちの能力を確認したかったかもしれません。でもその必要がないほど力の差があるって分かった。
Ow.
だからとどめを刺さずに消えた。そういうことなのかもしれません。
I mean, as far as we know so far, the Order just kind of makes people T-pose, so...
ニーニ的にはどうなの？あの人ってどんな人なの？
Well, he drinks weird stuff and he likes fries, but otherwise I don't really know.
You know what? We're going with that.
そっか。まあ、しかしあれだね、お兄様。
What do you mean?
私の能力はゴーストって人に通用しないのはもう確認済みじゃん。
Yeah.
ニーニの力は戦闘向きじゃなくて完全な後方支援タイプじゃん。しかも制御できてないじゃん。
But it has a cool name.
Basically.
ニーニ兄弟、今後役立たずなのでは？
Don't say it. You're not supposed to out loud.
空はともかく、カケルの力が鍵になりそうよ。
Boy, I hope there aren't any other users in this cafe right now. Mini Sophie. Sophie suddenly winks into existence. But compared to usual, she looks...
Is it just me or did you get smaller?
Oh no, somebody put her in the dryer. She's dry clean only.
姿を隠しているとはいえ、念のためよ。面倒だから自己紹介は省かせてもらうわよ。
Kosaka-senpai and Yuki nod.
The problem is she said... it for M for many when she should be setting it to W for Wumbo.
I already told them about Sophie, and they saw what she looks like earlier, so they're not too surprised by her sudden appearance. Although she's not Wumboed. After Yoichi and the others left, I asked Sophie to tail them, but...
結論から言うと、見失ったわ。あの子、かなり厄介ね。こっちの世界の住人とは思えないくらい、アーティファクトの扱いに慣れている。
Legitimately speaking of Wumbo.
Legitimately?
This means that this means she can adjust the size of the avatar she appears as. Could she appear as like a kaiju-sized version of this?
Considering the fact that she appeared as Potender, or Potatender, I realized there was another t in there that I completely missed the last time, but I was too distracted by the fact that it sounded like Foo Fighter lyrics to notice.
That's fair.
Anyway. Yeah, I imagine she probably could. Either that or she could just be a giant stuffed Godzilla. Or what looks different enough without being trademark violation of Godzilla.
Like in Goldmember?
Exactly.
Are they hiding using their artifacts' powers?
少し違うわね。探知能力を持つアーティファクトを撹乱し、逃れているのよ。こうなると、
撹乱のアーティファクト。ってことは、少なくとも4つは持ってるってこと？
How many artifacts can you have before it overtakes you?
他にも隠し持っていると考えた方がいいかもしれないわね。
Gotta catch them all!
何それずるっ！私たちは一つずつなのに、どうしてこんなにも差が。
数多くのアーティファクトに選ばれる素質があったか、あるいは奪ったか。
奪った。私と同じような力を持っているってことでしょうか。
Nope, they got him the good old-fashioned way, by murdering.
違う。能力で一時的に奪うんじゃない。未来永劫、所有権を奪うのよ。所有者を殺してね。
殺して。
ええ、殺して。強制的に契約を結ぶ方法があるの。あなたたちに教える気はないけれど。
Thanks for that.
I taste copper.
Sophie glances at me. She's already explained that method to me, but I guess this means she wants me to keep quiet about it. I don't know why, but I assume she has her reasons. I give her a small nod, and she turns back to the others.
その方法を知っているのでしょうね。あの子はどういうわけか。
つまり、人を石にして殺しているのは単なる好奇心だけではなく、生物を収集するため？
I think it might be both.
そう考えるのが妥当でしょうね。
It's pretty clear that Yoichi is a straight-up sociopath.
Yeah, because his personality is just like Ghost's personality is just reflecting his.
Pretty much.
もしかして報道とかされてないだけでもっと犠牲者がいるかもしれないの？あのアーティファクトの数を考えるとありえると思います。いくらなんでも邪悪すぎない？もしそうだとしたらヤバすぎるよ、あの人。あ、ごめんお兄ちゃん。
Why are you apologizing?
友達のこと悪く言いすぎた。
Yomiichi might be my friend, but he himself admitted he's a murderer.
I was about to say, I feel like friend is a little strong at this point.
Yeah. Plus, he implied he's going around killing people for no reason. No matter how close we are, I'm never going to defend that. So everything you said is 100% right, Sora. He's evil.
Evil! Sora gives me a worried look. I meant everything I just said from the bottom of my heart. Of course, there's still a part of me that wants to believe we can talk this out. But I know we're well past that now. We've got to stop Yoichi no matter what it takes. The question is, how? It's frustrating to admit, but I'm powerless. I'm sure everyone else feels just as powerless right now, too. A heavy silence falls over our table. Eventually, Yuki, the one among us who doesn't look depressed, raises a hand for attention.
いいかしら。エルフヘイムの妖精よ。
It's pronounced Sophie?
聞こえていないのかしら。
ソフィーさん。え？今の私のことだったの？多分。
For a second I thought she was just eating something again.
独特な表現を使うわね、この子。意味不明だったから聞き流しちゃったわ。
一つ聞きたいことが。
何かしら。
Yeah, I imagine like the automatic translator just at some point just starts having question marks.
魔眼の男が複数の生異物を所持している。故に複数の能力を使用できる。それは理解した。でも他の二人が劣化しているとはいえ同じ能力を使用できるのはなぜ？
原体は本体の延長上。だから同じ力を使用できる。レンヤって子にはヨイチって子が貸してあげたんでしょうね。力を。
そんなことができるんですか？
できる。力の使用権限を他者にも与えることがね。眷属化っていうの。
Okay, wait a minute. I thought they had a different term for it in the last episode. Or am I just making that up?
I think they did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like making something you're familiar... Unless this is one of those weird translation things, and in this timeline it translates differently, but that doesn't feel right. But they could say that as an excuse.
じゃあさ、みんなで力をシェアしたら、私らも結構いい線いけるんじゃないの？ミーヤンと私も戦えるよ。
By our powers combined, we are... Nimi?
方法を教えるつもりはない。
Aw.
なんで？
死にたくないでしょ？
Sora falls silent. So what Yoichi's doing is extremely dangerous, then.
とにかく黙りがちだし、今日は帰って休みなさい。このまま話していても無駄よ。
そうね。また後日集まりましょう。じゃあ今日はお疲れした。
Okay, that was a weird turn of attitude?
Gotta keep that morale. What's wrong?
私ちゃっかり同席しちゃってますけど、皆さんの仲間にしていただいてもいいでしょうか？もうそのつもり。ありがとうございます。
Senpai smiles and bows her head. Everyone returns her smile as they welcome her to the group. Wait, even Yuki?
それじゃあお先に。何かあったらいつでも呼んでちょうだい。
I may or may not show up. It depends on how I feel.
You're being awfully cooperative now.
魔眼のユーザーを特定できたのは今のところこの枝だけ。さすがに本腰入れるわよ。疑問があれば答えてあげる。もちろん答えられることだけだけれど。
I know. Thanks.
じゃあね。しっかり休むのよ。
Sophie vanishes through a tear in space and returns to her own world. There's a shit ton of stuff that I still want to know, but for now I should probably just go home.
出ましょう。はい。割り勘だよね。財布。
Typical.
I'll pay the bill. You guys go ahead.
お願いします。これ私の分。
Oh, thanks. Wow, perfect change.
私は後で払いましょう。後で。
行きましょう。
Everyone gets up and leaves while I take the bill to the register. Once I've paid, I follow everyone out the door.
Be careful on the way home, you guys.
わかってるってば。お父さんが迎えに来てくれるから大丈夫。結城さんも電車ですか？
いえ、私は徒歩。
うち近いんですね。高坂先輩は私と同じ方面ですよね、電車。はい、多分。に結城先輩送ってあげたら？徒歩なの2人だけだし。
Oh, good point. Where's your house?
あっち。
The complete opposite direction from me, huh? Oh well.
わざわざ送ってもらう必要はない。一人でも二人でも大差ないでしょうし。
まあ、5人でボロ負けしてますしね。
ええ。それに、相手は転移が可能。警戒しようがない。
Oof, true that. Even our own houses aren't safe.
お兄ちゃんもうちに帰ってきたら、一人暮らしよりマシでしょ？
With what room? Mom and Dad got rid of my room.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
じゃあ、今日はお疲れ様。また後日集まりましょう。
Yep. See you later.
お疲れ様でした。結城さん、途中まで一緒に。同じ方向なので。
ええ。
に寄り道すんなよ。気をつけて帰れよ。
Oh, haven't had that one before.
Oh. I told you I got it. See you tomorrow, senpai.
はい。おやすみなさい。行きましょっか、先輩。はい。
But I wanted to go with Kakeru. I say my farewells and start on the road home. I don't really think about anything in particular, just slowly walk toward my apartment. Occasionally, I glance up
again.
Occasionally, I glance up at the stars twinkling in the distant night sky, but that's about it. After a few minutes, I notice there's someone following behind me. Their footsteps sound rather hurried. People often go for jogs around here, and it's not that rare to see a jogger at this time of night. I move to one edge of the sidewalk to give whoever it is a wide berth. To my surprise, however, they come to a halt right behind me. Just as I'm about to look over my shoulder to see who it is, I feel a hand tug on my sleeve.
Huh?
You're no jogger. Okay, well, maybe you are.
Wait, senpai?
Nope, definitely not a jogger.
Are you okay?
すみません。走ってきたので。ちょっとすみません。落ち着きます。
She puts a hand on her chest and takes a few deep breaths. I notice my gaze is being drawn toward her boobs again, and I hurriedly look away. I'm kind of amazed I still have it in me to care about boobs after what happened today. There's always time for boobs.
すみません。もう大丈夫です。
What's up? Oh, did you forget something in my place?
いえ、少し歩きませんか？
Sure.
The two of us aimlessly wander the moonlit streets. Neither of us say anything. But I'm sure Senpai ran after me because she wants to talk to me about something. The whole time we've been walking, she's been sneaking sidelong glances at me. Eventually, we end up somewhere close to the shrine. It's not until we're on a street devoid of people that Senpai finally breaks the silence.
あの、
Yeah?
大丈夫ですか?
Yeah, I didn't get hurt that bad.
あ、いえ、そういうことではなくて、
Huh?
とても落ち込んでいるように見えて。
Oh.
I finally understand what she's getting at. It took a second, but I got it. I see. So she's worried about me.
Is that why you came back for me?
すみません。おせっかいだと思ったんですが。
No, it's fine. I appreciate it, but... yeah, I'm fine, I think.
本当ですか?
Not really, no.
私、友達いないから、想像することしかできないですけど、友達が敵になっちゃって、あっちはためらいもなかったら、きっと平気じゃいられないだろうなって。だから、私が何かできるわけでもないんですけれど、本当に平気ですか?
I met Yoichi when I started going to Hakusa. I've only known him for a year.
はい。
So I can't exactly say I know him all that well. When I learned what he's really like, oh, that's a bit of a shock, but I'm not devastated, at least. I'm like you, Senpai. I didn't really have any close friends. Not a one. I'm not good with groups. I've got a natural scowl that puts people off. I told myself it was better not forcing myself to make friends and pretended like I was some cool lone wolf to make myself feel better. But then when I started going to Hakusen, Yoichi actually went out of his way to talk to me. At first I thought he was just a pain and I brushed him off, but he kept approaching me with that cheerful smile of his. That one. Even though he had a bunch of other friends, and he always ate lunch with me, and whenever he went to hang out with the rest of our classmates, he always invited me. Then, during the cultural festival, he pushed all the troublesome jobs onto me, even though we still didn't know each other that well. Well, thanks to that, people got the impression that I'm reliable or something. I think that was the only time in my life I've ever been popular. It's because of Yoichi that I wasn't ostracized. Everyone started thinking of me as that antisocial dude who's actually a nice guy deep down, instead.
親友だったんですね。
Well, I suppose.
Look, I didn't have a deep roster. I don't know about that. I have no clue what he thought of me, but...
I don't know. After the end of episode 2, we have a hint.
I thought he was a good person. A thoughtful guy who always looked out for his friends. And yet... yeah, I guess I'm more torn up over this than I thought.
There's a lump in my throat. At some point, I must have stopped walking, because I suddenly find myself standing still. I unclench the fist I didn't know I was making, and look down at my sweaty palm.
If he'd been driven mad by the power of his artifact or something, I wouldn't have hesitated to punch him back to his senses. If I'd known him longer, I might have had this sense of duty towards him. You know, like feeling like I needed to bring him back on the right path. But he's not being controlled by anything. He's murdering people of his own free will. I don't know him well enough to say with confidence that he can even be brought back. It's so vexing. I can't stand it. Even if I want to punch him, I don't know what I should be punching him for. Hell, my fist can't even reach him in the first place. As I am now, I can't get through to him at all. It sucks. You know, it sucks so fucking much. If there's some dark past Yoichi's been hiding, I should have noticed.
Kakeru-sama.
Uh-oh.
CG! I'm suddenly enveloped in a warm, soft sensation. Senpai's hugging me.
本当はもう一人の私がこうしてあげたかったそうなのですが、勇気が出なかったそうなので。
Hey, and you know, for once in a CG like this, when we've got our face buried in a female protagonist's chest, we have both of our eyes. At least I assume we do.
Huh? Oh.
I'm too taken aback to respond. Senpai's embrace is gentle. If I wanted to, I could easily shake her off. Despite how embarrassing this is, I don't feel like moving.
リーダーは結城さんだと聞いていますが、実質のリーダーはカケル様ですわね。
Huh? You think so?
はい。九条さんもソラさんもカケル様のことをとても信頼しているのが伝わってきます。もちろん私も、もう一人の私も。結城さんはつかみどころがない方なので分かりかねますが。
Ask us again in episode 4. That elicits a weak smile out of me. On an unrelated note, Senpai smells really nice. I can feel myself finally starting to relax.
女性ばかりのチームです。殿方はカケル様のみ。なかなか弱みは見せられないことでしょう。ですが、気づいていらっしゃいました？実は私、唯一の3年生、一番年上なんです。
Senpai tightens her embrace. I can hear a faint thumping noise in my ears. It's her heartbeat.
友人のいない私では、気持ちはわかります。などとはとても言えません。ですが、自分に置き換えることはできます。カケル様が、ヨイチさんにそうしていただいたように、カケル大げさなとおっしゃるかもしれませんが、私と、そしてもう一人の私にとっては大事件でした。あなた様に惹かれてしまうくらい。今のは聞き流してくださいまし。
I'll try my best. Smiling, Senpai pats my head. It's a little embarrassing, but at the same time, it's comforting.
カケル様が手を差し伸べてくださらなければ、リグベーダとして、私は司令官さんたちと共に、ヨイチさんの隣にいたでしょうね。断ることもできず、ずるずると悪事に加担していたかもしれません。カケル様は、私たちを正しい道へと導いてくださいました。そんなカケル様が悪の道に進んでしまったらと思うと、胸が張り裂けそうです。一人で受け止めるには、あまりにも辛い現実です。
Senpai hugs me even tighter. It's getting kinda hard to breathe. However, it's also making me feel reassured.
どうか辛い時は甘えてくださいましね。今度は私の番。私があなた様の力になる番ですわ。他の方々もカケル様が弱みを見せたとしても落胆などしないでしょう。敵は兄弟です。我々は手も足も出ませんでした。だからこそみんなで頑張りましょうね、カケル様。
Yeah. Thank you.
どういたしまして。はい。
This is starting to get really embarrassing.
まあ、せっかくいい雰囲気でしたのに。
I know, there was nice piano music and everything.
That's part of the problem.
このまま押し倒していただいても構いませんよ。
Whoa.
Whoa. We're outside, you know. Also, I'm pretty sure there's people close by.
そうですわね。何人も通っていますわね。
Oh, I didn't even notice.
I'm good. I'm good now. You can let go.
残念。
Somewhat reluctantly, I extricate myself from Senpai's warm embrace.
Thank you. I feel a bit more optimistic now.
お役に立てたなら
Is that what we call it now?
You might say things are looking up.
Yeah. This isn't the time to be moping around. I've got to stop him from committing any more crimes. We all have to get stronger.
ええ。しかし、偉そうに申しましたが、もう一人の私の心の弱さも問題ですわね。自分にできないことは何でも私に押し付けて。そろそろ変わりますわ。あの子にも自分の言葉で話していただきませんと。
That's a layer to this I was not expecting. Oh, why have you abandoned me, other self? The moment she switches back, Senpai's face turns red. She starts waving her hands frantically through the air, a hodgepodge of emotions flashing across her face.
ごめんなさい。急にごめんなさい、私。ごめんなさい。
You don't really have to apologize. I'm grateful for the encouragement.
Follow the bouncing senpai.
いいえ、はい。すみません。なんだか雰囲気に流されたというか、勝手に盛り上がってしまったというか。
Well, I'm getting carried away by the atmosphere too. So, mind if I interject for a moment?
はい。
We don't know each other enough to say that we're friends, but we're comrades at least. Comrades who care about each other. Let's get stronger together. Next time we see those guys, we'll beat them to a pulp. We'll make sure no one gets turned to stone again.
Smiling, Senpai nods. It's then that she notices I'm holding my hand out to her. For a second, she looks at it blankly, but then she realizes the meaning behind the gesture. She reaches out to shake my hand, then suddenly draws back. After vigorously wiping her hand down on her skirt, she finally grabs mine. I give her hand a firm squeeze, and she smiles bashfully at me.
Let's see this through to the end.
はい、お願いします。私、頑張ります。
There she goes bouncing again. Senpai shakes her hand up and down, then suddenly realizes she's still holding onto mine.
すみません。興奮しました。
Don't worry about it. If anything, I like how straightforward you are about your feelings.
すみません。恥ずかしい。本当、恥ずかしい。
Sorry, I guess I could have worded that better. Anyway, we should head back to the station before it gets too late.
新見かけるさん。そして、高坂遥さんですね。
Sensei, is that you?
Who's that mysterious voice?
We'll have to find out next time because we're out of time. Which is unfortunate because this is a heck of a cliffhanger. But I still think it's probably our teacher, if I had to guess from the sound of the voice.
Yeah, probably. Or at least the same voice actress.
Yeah, but I feel like they probably wouldn't have her doing multiple roles, especially if she has a portrait. If she didn't have a portrait, it would be a different ballgame.
True.
We'll see. All right. We have licked our wounds. We're getting back together. We had some nice moments with Senpai. We're pseudo friends. I feel like it's weird to qualify a relationship like that, but you know what? Whatever. They're both kind of awkward, so I'll accept it.
Sure.
And we'll see where it goes from here as soon as we have the big reveal in the next episode. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.